That last game must have been pretty quick.
That works out well because these guys, they had already started one.
Great for anybody who just came in. Druid is up 1-0. They played first game before anybody was ready, so
Bottom
here we
right,
are.
we got Ashen, Red Terran.
And in the top left, up 1-0. Doing well so far this series, we have Druid, both players for Born Gosu. And we got some SCVs doing some funny business out on the map.
It's got to be a Reaper Rush, right? I mean, TVT.
There's no gas, so I think it's just going to be Marines.
Okay.
Or...
I think usually you would throw the gas down maybe with the first barracks, but there's probably a lot of ways to do it. So the barracks falls. You're right, I don't see any gas makers. Just
yeah.
another barracks.
There is an SCV scout from Ashen, so here soon Ashen's going to find out that there's some funny business going on.
Third rags comes up.
However, I think by the time the SCV sees it, the Marines are going to be pumping already. We'll just have to see how he deals with this.
Hello.
Hello.
What do you think about my TVP mobs? Or mode?
Well, they're casting. I'm trying to be quiet.
So Ashen knows what the play is now. He cancels
His factory? Build
to
factory?
build another factory. I think that must have been a mistake.
Yeah, it happens. Unfortunately.
Which in this situation, you really don't want to be making that kind of mistake. There is a bunker going down on the high ground. Marines coming out, but we'll have to see what happens here. I don't actually know how this this kind of build tends to go in this matchup, but I don't think he's gonna be able to stop the bunker from going down. I don't actually know how he intends to break this.
Maybe it's
unless the play is just to contain.
Exactly, maybe it's just more of an annoying play.
The thing is, like, I don't think that really flies, right? With 4 barracks out on the map.
Right, you're pretty heavily invested in this.
Yeah.
And he's not going to really be able to get to the depots.
Whose background noise is that?
Here, hold on. I have the power to mute them.
Sends the Marines home. I think he knows his time is up with this attack. And Ashen sends the Reaper Scout across.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just really unfortunate. Druid's going to be very behind in all of his tech, only just now getting gas up. Still 50 gas away from starting any kind of factory, and there's already a tank out on the side of Ashen.
Saving up minerals for something, it's got to be a CC.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to try and do something to get back in this, because 4 barracks is 600 minerals.
Okay, tech lab, reactors. 1 tech lab, 2 reactors.
That's an interesting thought to just start using these barracks here.
Hey.
It is very high risk, I think, considering this stuff is all just out in the middle of the map. If Ashen found this stuff and the tank just started sieging away at it, that'd be a lot of wasted money.
Exactly.
And Stim takes a minute.
Yeah. And I have a good feeling Ashen will find this. He's got a unit walking that way. Just towards the 3rd, though. It's going to be right out of his range, I think. Yep.
Yeah. Hasn't found them so far, but even still, like, everything's just rough all around for Druid after that opening. Like, this Viking getting so many worker kills right now. Marines show up and he's just gonna fly away. Nope, I think he... I got away.
Safely gets away.
I thought for a second that he might
Yeah.
kill it, but it's just all the tech units that you want to have in this matchup. Druid's way behind on his factory's still not even done. He's down 12 workers.
Making Marines in the middle of the map. This is where we are.
He is about to finish his stim in the middle of the map, which is kind of insane,
You
but
gotta respect it.
I just don't think it's gonna do anything when Ashen has 2 tanks sitting in his natural.
I gotta agree. You would have thought he would have put maybe at least 2 of the barracks home to have production at home from those, but I guess I understand why he'd just rather have the more constant unit production too.
Yeah. I mean, by leaving them there, he does get to save himself on all that time they would spend flying back. But Ashen has finally seen the barracks. He sees that they all have add-ons and everything.
Let's see if he goes out with the tanks anytime soon.
Yeah.
Just 3 Marines and a Marauder guarding the post over here. Another
Druid
Marauder.
just finally starting his first tank. Meanwhile, Ashen has 4 in his natural.
Looking quite defensive.
Yeah. And it's like all of a sudden, right? Ashen literally just has to move literally anything out and just kill essentially all of Druid's production right now.
Druid just getting his first tank on the map, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. And he can't even afford a second one. That Liberator getting a few workers.
We got the 6 workers lost.
He's like, fuck it, gotta do something, let's pull the boys, and there are the boys, but the boys don't hold up that well against 5 tanks, I don't think, so I think he's very quickly gonna walk in here, realize it's all GG.
Boys are a little late. Druid causes
Yeah, that number of tanks is pretty...
It's hard to kill with just a bio.
it's a pretty hard ask. Versus a Terran who has 1 tank and a bunch of SCVs in his army.
Gotta respect Druid for trying to get the quick W.
Hey, I
Finish
mean,
out the series.
gotta give it a shot, but that does bring us to 1-1. Alright,
Ancient Cistern, I
WCS
believe?
mod. Yep.
Cool.
Eastern US.
Perfect.
Our players are ready, so let's go ahead, get into game 3.
Druid, is he born Gosu?
Yep.
Okay, nice. He just needs to get invited to the clan in the game. Or maybe just accept his invitation.
Huh. Yeah, I guess I don't know why he doesn't have the tag, actually, now that I think about it.
We know he's repping. So we got top right, Druid, blue Terran. Bottom left, Ashen. That's the red.
Pretty solidly smacking down that proxy Rax build from Druid. Definitely Ashen, I'm sure, pleased with himself, not falling for that kind of stuff. Getting a quick one in.
He's not falling for anything today. He knew that last game was made on Central server immediately. He knew the proxy racks, how to hold it.
Yeah, it looks like both players kind of mirror openings for the moment.
Yep. 2 gases
Both.
for both players.
Yep.
Although Ashen's SCV scouting a little earlier.
Yep. I think Druids is leaving right now. I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference here. There's no real funny business going on.
Nope. Nothing yet. The difference is Ashen's got 3 on his gases, Druid's got 2 on one of them.
Interesting. Yeah. I wonder if that's a conscious choice or if that's just a bit of a slip there. I don't know. I don't know how much of a difference that one worker in gas is gonna make, but
Nope, took it off.
who knows?
He ended up taking it off.
Oh.
Super mirror builds. Druid's got his depot done already. Druid, I think, took his depot before he did his factory.
Fair enough. Got a little bit of a scuffle in the middle of the map. The Reapers and SCVs duking it out. One SCV did go down for Ashen, although Druid may save his yet. Never mind. Just caught that SCV caught sleeping on the job a little bit. After everything, pretty comparable CC timings for both players.
Absolutely. We got a reactor building for Ashen, and we got a tech lab for Druid. He's already got his tech lab over here.
Yeah, Ashen's already got his tech lab on the factory. Oh, we have an extra Reaper for Ashen. Oh, I guess both players made another Reaper, but absolutely.
And he's out. Probably pretty proud of what he did.
Yep, Ashen taking a decent couple worker lead early in the game. Not the end of the world, but it does feel nice.
Is he down here harassing again?
Druid tired of the Reaper's shit. It's like, get the fuck out of my base.
Delays the command center long enough just for the other SCV to walk down and finish off the last 10-15% or so.
Yeah.
Starport coming down from Ashen. It's a long fight for that starport to swap.
Yeah. Now Ashen got a second barracks, where I think, as far as I can tell, Druid's still just on 1-1-1. So his starport is done and on the reactor. Ashen getting is that a second starport I see? In the
Yes.
production tab? I think he cancels. Did he start one and cancel it? I definitely saw 2 starports in the production tab. I might be insane. I think he must have started one, realized he built it already, and canceled.
He hasn't. I'm curious what Drew's gonna make out of his starport. I just medevac, but when Viking comes.
His starport was done much earlier, but I don't think he actually built anything out of it until just now.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I was kind of curious what he was saving it up for and everything.
Yeah, he's just going straight for Vikings. No medevacs as of yet, whereas Ashen is going for medevacs out of his starport.
I think Ashen scanned first, and Druid was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. I should scan him too."
It does happen like that sometimes. Now, just looking at the unit numbers, Ashen has a 16 Marine drop coming out. Druid only has 4 Marines so far, but he does have 3 siege tanks. Which means I think this drop is going to be kind of hard pressed to find a whole lot of damage, but we'll see if Ashen can find an angle here. Ashen does start his 3rd base, which I guess I don't know a lot about TVT, but it feels a little early for TVT 3rd, but
He's on a 2-1.
hard to say. I don't think Druid has a lot of like aggressive potential at this exact moment, so I think it might go all right.
Yeah.
Ashen dropping straight on that tank in the natural, and all of a sudden there's an entire missing line of SCVs, 16 going down. Ooh, that
boosts out. Yep, you're not
medevac
getting
is
that.
getting the fuck out of there.
On a total of 5 health.
saving 8 whole Marines. Another medevac flying out of Ashen's base, really making use of the early advantage he got in the Marine count.
He's
And
also up on the worker count too. Getting up to about 20 now after knocking down 16.
absolutely. All of that and Ashen with the earlier third base is going to put him in a really good position here. The only... Actually, they're even on like the tank counts and everything. He does not have the Vikings that Druid has, which could give Druid more control over the air, which could be an important factor. But for the moment, I think Ashen feels pretty good about how this game has started.
Gotta agree. Druid's rolling out. He might just be.
Sure is. This Marine is gonna see all these tanks going marching.
And Druid decides to. He took a step to the right, but I don't think he sees Ashen over here.
Oh,
and now
oh.
Ashen's ready.
I think he did. He knew something was up.
And we lose the Marines on Ashen's side. Keeps one. Oh, the medevacs.
These Vikings are gonna find those for sure.
Medevacs 8 Marines. Not Marine in it as well.
I think Druid's probably pretty happy about that. That's the kind of thing he's gonna need to make sure he's still in this game.
Yep.
After
Couple
that,
more plays like that can change stuff quick.
Oh yeah.
So he really does have the air advantage. Only one Cyclone and the Marines can help for Ashen right now. As these Vikings are about to just meet these Marines.
Jeez, this tank sieged up, and he caught the tanks of Druid on siege with no bio nearby. That's going to be a disaster for Druid here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Siege tanks ain't cheap. You can't just throw them away like that. The bio was not anywhere near to help when the tanks rolled up.
Yeah.
And
Ashen's getting pretty commanding lead at this point. He's going to move across the
I
map.
know in a TVT anything can happen, but that feels like, from my perspective, that feels pretty damning for this game. And Ashen is looking to push that tank advantage that he has now. That being said, tanks are never good to run into, even if you do happen to have more of them.
Well, one thing you can do is just drop right on the 2 tanks if you've got 2 medevacs full of Marines.
That is true. There is a Marine out here that might... The medevac drop was just a blip on his map, so we'll have to see if he noticed. Because that Marine out in the middle of the map just barely caught it for a second.
Yep. Both players with their spotting Marines. Good.
Absolutely, neither one of them trying to get caught off guard. Now this
He
Marine
knows
definitely
now.
should see,
Yeah.
but it might be too late. This tank isn't sieged up. The Marines of Druid move out of position, and I wonder if he might try and push these tanks here.
Yep. Ashen needs to take advantage of this time if he can, but
Yeah, the main force of Ashen content to just chill there for a second.
Yep.
I mean, there really isn't any reason that Ashen has to do anything here, given how far he is ahead economically. I mean, we still don't see a third CC from Ashen. It's just, I mean, from Druid. It's just going down now.
Yep.
So as long as Ashen makes sure to hold this push well.
Yep. He just needs to take the right fights.
Yep.
Let's
make sure that...
He's up at 6 right now.
This ends up being kind of an awkward position for Ashen. These tanks back on the left are not in range of the bio. The tanks on the right were not sieged. I mean, Ashen still just has way more stuff, but I think that was not the most efficient way to use his army.
Yeah, he's already about to be double supply. He is double supply plus now.
Yeah.
He's pumping out Marines. He's got 3 barracks. Just 1 factory, 1 starport still. Over on Or sorry, I was looking at the wrong player. That's Druid. Ashen's got 7 racks, 2 factories, 1 starport.
A little scuffle in the middle of the map here. Ashen saying get out of my side of the map. 2 liberators come into the third of Ashen, which causes him to pull the SCVs and may actually kill this tank here. He's not careful.
Nice pick up.
I gotta say, Druid is doing his damnedest to stay in this game.
He's definitely being annoying.
This force of Ashen, though, walking into Druid's natural, I think is largely uncontested, because everything of Druid's is in the top end of Ashen's bases. Ashen just has enough army to attack while also defending. Druid realizes that it is in fact moving.
Alright, so 2-1 for Ashen. Druid got game 1, but the last 2 are for Ashen.
Yeah, the early drop from Ashen just was so devastating. Wiping out an entire mineral line that early in the game is just really hard to come back from, I think.
Yep. And then getting your 3rd down on time as well with it just puts you that much more ahead playing that way.
Mm.
What do we got for game 4? Is that Royal Blood?
It sure is, Royal Blood.
Sweet.
Eastern US. Eastern.
Oh, looks like it's me versus you.
Alright.
They are ready.
Both players ready? And we're go.
Alright, best of 5. Ashen in the lead, 2-1. Red Terran in the top right.
The bottom left, the blue Terran, Druid. After starting off the series up 1-0, he quickly is finding himself on the verge of losing this series. He's got to definitely step something up from what we've seen the last 2 games.
I think he's probably going to try and play pretty standard again. I think last game gave him more of a chance than the first one with the Marine Rush.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, similar openings with an earlier scout from Ashen.
Druids will probably be the next one out of his command center. 86 to the last game.
Actually, I wonder if he even intends on scouting at all. I think last time his scout was going across the map as Ashen's was like in the middle of the map, and Ashen's scout is here, and Druid doesn't seem to have any interest in sending anything across the map.
Okay.
Now, luckily for Druid, we can see that there's nothing too crazy going on in Ashen's base. Still looking like the same mirrored openings from last game. Factories go down for both players.
Ashen's SCV's getting a good walk around the place, getting familiar with the territory.
Of course, of course.
Now.
It was a fun vacation, but back to the grind, as they say.
He says there's a lot of coins on this planet, royal blood. I need to go earn them.
Wait, I've never actually noticed that before.
Yeah, that's why it's royal blood. A lot of gold stuff and everything around.
Huh. Yeah, it's all money.
StarCraft deploys.
Boy.
And the Red Reaper gets sent home. So two
gonna
Reapers
go,
from both players this game.
Yep. I think they both actually had 2 Reapers last game as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice the second one from Druid.
Yeah, I think it mostly just stayed home to fight off Ashen's Reapers.
Ashen's probably gonna get free SCV at least. There's a grenade. He says I want 2.
Oh, there it is. He gets 2. How does he get out of here with the Reaper's lives, though?
Just barely
Does-
down into that Hellion.
Those lose one of the Reapers.
He actually got the SCV builder. I think he lost both of them. Or the command center builder too. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. Druid opting to build some Hellions out of this factory this game.
Haven't seen those come out from him yet in this series. Cyclone again.
Yeah. Ashen going for not 1 but 2 Cyclones here. Which I feel probably will do just fine against the Hellions from Druid. Druid actually pumping out 2 more Reapers even. So trying to get some early map control, I suppose. But I don't know if there's anything crazy he's gonna do with them. Yeah, the Cyclones make short work of the Hellions there, and
He might sink these 2 Reapers in the back of the base.
yeah, Marines are there, but I think he will be able to get a nice scout off. Just confirm everything that's going on here.
It's gonna seem pretty standard looking 2-1-1 build.
Yep.
Both players starting sim around the same time. Getting tank production
Yep.
Vikings from Druid.
Yeah, I think overall this is lining up pretty similar to last game. With Ashen getting the extra racks earlier, taking early lead in the bio count.
Yep.
Whereas Druid focusing on the tech units here, getting those early Vikings.
You gotta think we'll probably see that 3rd CC from Cyclones coming in. Take out the tank. Take out the tank. And the Viking
Yeah,
also
once-
on that same day.
Oh yeah, the Viking does go down, and both Cyclones make it out of there with their lives. Once again, Druid sticking an early safety tank in is natural, and once again it dies to some early units from Ashen. Although luckily this time it didn't. He didn't lose an entire mineral line with it.
I think he might have just finished off both of the Cyclones as well. Yeah. Cyclones
Oh, did they
not
try and
on
go
the
back
field.
in?
Yep. It exploded right when it tried to come around the corner.
Yeah, I guess probably thinking that since they dealt with the tank, there wouldn't be one there. But
Yep.
Druid not about to leave his natural undefended.
Alright.
Now once again, we do have a double drop from Ashen. Gonna try and get some stuff done. Druid definitely needs to look to handle this a little better than he did last time.
This is definitely what changed the game last time majorly. He sees everything, he sees the Viking, the tanks, and he's waiting for a not too much accomplished by this.
Let's get those medevacs out of there. I will say that tech lab is burning. We'll see if Druid notices to get it repaired.
I don't see any SCVs working on it. So I'm
He's gonna lose a
gonna-
tech lab. He does. He has stim, but presumably he'd want to have gotten combat shields at some point.
Yes, 100%.
And
Oh, I think
he's not gonna have a
saw it
tech lab.
second late. Yep, that SCV standing
Yep.
there now.
unfortunate. That's going to be somewhat of a delay for him,
Fortunately, the tech labs will take us off those reactors too.
for sure. Ashen is finding himself up about 10 workers right now, with his third CC almost done. Druid, no third CC in sight. Instead, building on extra racks. So I think it's once again going to be a game of Ashen with an economic lead, trying to make sure he holds cleanly against the 2-base Terran of his opponent.
Yep. Not only economically, he's got the shields finishing, which Druid just started. He's halfway through with his 1-1, which Druid also just started.
Just +1.
1-1, just, yeah.
Yeah.
+1 attack.
No armor for either of them yet. But yeah, I think once again Ashen feels good about the way the early game has gone. Obviously, he didn't do the kind of insane damage that he got away with in game 1, but definitely took an early tempo lead for himself.
Yep, he stopped the harass that Druid tried to do with the Reapers and Hellions, and then he got the easy tank kill, and here we are.
One thing Druid does have is that he has 2 eBays, so his armor is started. His +1 armor is started, whereas Ashen only has the 1 eBay, researching +1 at the moment. So Druid is likely to have going to have 1-1 before Ashen does, while Ashen does have the upgrade advantage for the moment.
We're really starting to see the mineral difference per minute come in with the third CC kicking in. About 1,000 more minerals per minute, 800 or so.
You see about 20 extra army supply on the side of Ashen, and there is a push coming out.
These armies are gonna be...
Druid, I don't think is ready for this. He does. I will say he doesn't have. I mean, it's just like again a situation of he lacks the raw bio power that Ashen has. I think overall that went very well for Ashen. We may decide that that was enough and go home.
Yeah. Doesn't want to lose any more tanks or anything until his reinforcements arrive. 44 supply lead, most of it in army. Marines get shut down just trying to walk outside their base. From his tanks. Do it to them.
Yeah, it looks like kind of just. Oh, Doom Drop, maybe? Maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there he goes.
So, how many.
Not content to sit around and play the long game. He's looking to make something happen here.
21 by 16 Marines can actually even shoot these medevacs.
He's dropping straight into the main. Yeah. And I actually think this is not.
Druid had a tank pop out of the factory on siege, and he, gets 3 tanks for 1, I think.
Definitely not an efficient trade from Ashen, but he is kind of in a position to play a little more fast and loose compared to Druid in this situation.
And just another little slight scratch away though with that medevac falling, but 30 SCVs fell off of that in awe, so maybe it was worth
That is a lot of SCVs. And considering Druid was already behind in the economy, he's already behind in the army. He needs something. He does have his 2-2 started, whereas Ashen is still just chilling on the wall. But I think the amount of stuff Ashen has is going to make that pretty irrelevant. Druid is going to tap out. That's 3-1 for Ashen.
Yes. Pretty good series from both Terrans.